Okay, I'm trying this again. This is just going to be a little test, not so much a full stream. Can't do that tonight. Maybe just do about 5 to 10 minutes, try things out. Alright, let me check my preview here. I don't know if you can hear that in the microphone. I don't know how my audio levels are. I had to re-download an older version of OBS. I don't know if the audio is good. I don't feel as I haven't had a chance to listen to it. Sounds good. Sounds okay. No stutter. Okay. Alright, I'm going to preview that in a second. So, those of you who are watching this, welcome. Those of you who are not watching this, go away. Nobody likes somebody who's not watching things. Everybody has to watch something these days, you know? Like Game of Thrones or the Breaking Bads. Never saw that one. I'm working on it. It's on my list. I think the last couple of videos I tried to make were... There were some issues. We had some issues. I think the point that I was trying to make with my last couple attempts at this was that I would like to introduce an attempt over the course of the next few weeks, months, who knows. I'm gonna have a lot of time on my hands, I'll put it that way. I'm going to try to explore parts of the galaxy that nobody has explored yet. Now, while I'm here, they introduced these things called engineers. I spent about a week looking for arsenic so that I could upgrade this one module that I have to have increased FSD range. Now, faster than light, whatever the hell you want to call it, this game's equivalent of that. It goes jumping from system to system, star to star, is based on mass and how powerful your faster than light engines are. So the ship that I'm flying is designed to fly where nobody else is going to fly, faster than somebody else is going to fly there, because I'm going to take fewer hops. So for example, this thing's like a cricket versus an ant. Ant can take a little hop here and there. Cricket can launch itself like a billion miles compared to an ant. That's what this thing does. So I tried to increase my jump range. I don't know anything about engineers. I haven't played in a long time. Getting back into the game. Spent a long time looking for arsenic. Finally found one arsenic. Upgraded it. I got like a 1% increase. That's half a light year. Half a light year on a module that can already jump. Can already jump 33 light years in one jump. And I got like a half of a light year increase. It's been a week for half of a light year. I mean, come on. I could sell one of my I could sell one of my bays and get half a light year out of it. Ugh. Alright, well, while I'm here, I might as well do this fancy shiny... Whoa. There we go. A little fancy blurry shot here of the ship I'm going to be flying. This is an Asp Explorer, one of my favorite ships in the game. And here I am way up in here. I'm up... Whoa. Slow down. Ah, there I am. My little chica. I don't know what her name is. I guess it's just me. It's me. As a lady pilot. In there, on top. Hopefully they introduce 2 pilots. I don't know what this bottom guy's going to be doing. But, totally on top. And yeah, it's a big ship. It's really good for exploration because it has like some of the best jump ranges in the game. I don't know if it's the best. I think there's one more ship that has a better jump range. And it's also really good for mining, early mining. The ship I think is the best for mining. Two of the ships I think are the best for mining are the Python or the Imperial Clipper. Imperial Clipper is a nice ship. It's really cool. Reason why I think it's one of the best is because it has some of the more some of the larger hard points. I mean, core internal slots, and you could fit all kinds of really cool, nice stuff into it. And it's also really good at navigation. You can easily move in between asteroids and stuff. But this ship is a good stopgap before that class of ship. It's also not bad for combat. Now, it's not great. It's got no maneuverability, but if you're playing in a fleet and you got to put some missiles downrange, this thing's got like 6 hard points, I think. Could be wrong. Oh, maybe, yeah, 6. So 2 on the bottom. There's 2 right beneath that pilot there, which is why I think that bottom seat might be for gunner. 2 right there, 1 right there, 1 right there, right in the middle, and then there's 2 medium spots there. So not great. Not great for combat. But if you want to put some missiles downrange and you have a support ship, distraction, and you can easily lock onto somebody while they're buzzing around their head and they're swatting it like a mosquito. They're taking out their shields and you're putting some missiles down. I loaded 6 lock-on missiles on this thing and it just wiped out whatever the heck I was shooting at. So, this is my ship. This is what I'll be flying. Painted it gold. Don't ask me why. This is a ship I won't be selling, for sure. I'll always have one of these. Oh, I know what. Hang on one second. I'm not getting any audio, and I know. I just. Okay. It's fixed. And one other thing I should point out is that I am playing this on a computer. It's an ITX motherboard with a AMD chip. Got an AMD because it's cheap. AMD quad core, something or other. I could have upgraded to something better, something that overclock. This I don't even have to overclock really, and I'm running a GTX 760. I like it. I think it's a good card. Hello. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. So I'm not getting any stuttering. I don't think anyway. It's a test, by the way. Okay. Still no stuttering. Game audio's work. Me. Okay. So that's still going. Yeah, why are you being? Alright. I'm not still good. Hold on. I would need to have audio. Pro tip. Audio? You gotta plug it in. So, I have things piped. This is not ideal for me, but it works. So, I'm not gonna mess with it. Cheap capture card. PCI. Yep, there we are. It's just very quiet. Okay. So, PCI capture card. One of the nice things about PCIe is that I have a 1X card, tiny card, and slap it in a 16X slot. Or X16? 16X?
Ship restraints disengaged. Commence departure.
Okay, that stutter there was me. That was on my end. Sometimes this game, it's a little glitchy. It does some stutters. This is Varcio.
Gear retracted.
It's one of those engineer bases that they added in. Oops, that's the wrong button.
Attention, this is a no-fire zone. Retract weapons immediately.
Yeah, I don't have any weapons. Relax. Push the wrong button. I'm used to driving. I have my driving controls set in a very weird way compared to flying controls. Enough of this. Let's get out of here.
Disengaging automated flight control routine. Safe travels, Commander.
Frameshift drive charging.
So, let me...
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Frame rate drops a little bit when I look on the cockpit sometimes. It stutters a bit when it jumps into flight mode. But for the most part, when I keep my head straight, I get 60 FPS, no problem. Even in asteroid belts, which is where you're going to see the frame rate start to dip. Oh, I forgot I had bounties I could collect on. Nah. Galaxy map. Okay. So, this is our galaxy. Whoosh. This is where I want to be. I want to go here. I want to be right. Whoa, that's very low frame rate. Okay. I want to be with all these stars. I mean, look at the number of... Whoa. Okay. All right. Yeah, frame rate dips a little bit here. Let's do... Okay. There we are. That's what I'm looking for. So yeah, there's all kinds of stars in here I want to check out. This is our, like, you are here kind of thing. These are all occupied stars. All these different colors are different alliances. I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. Where is... Now I get to hear my nice keyboard. Hooray for mechanical keyboards. Nobody has those. I like them. Soul. Okay, so this is our You Are Here moment. I don't know if you guys know, but this game, according to the developers, is based on real science. It's based on like NASA data and all that stuff. All those number crunchy calculation-y type things, sort of like this should be here, this should be there. Therefore, what we discover while doing core stuff, even though we've never actually been there or seen it or have a good telescope to like look at it, the data should be accurate and it should create a system from the algorithms in place based on actual science. Don't ask me how it works. It's a lot like No Man's Sky, which is cool. All right. So yeah, here's our "You Are Here" moment. Also, Mars. For some reason, they colonized. I don't know. So don't do that. Mars is stupid. Don't go to Mars. So we have that. Then we have this. And then whoosh. And these are the occupied systems that are currently being contested over with power play, which is their, I don't know. I tried doing power play for a while. It was a lot of like running missions that didn't really seem to have an effect on much anything. So there's some like nebulas and stuff you can explore nearby, but we're not going to bother with those because those are pretty much explored out. You can get to those like pretty easily in almost any ship. What I want to do is I want to go out here. I want to go out to the outer rim. So let's pick a planet. While we're out here, let's pick a bookmark and we'll fly to it, and then we'll work our way inward. I might even follow one of these spirals. I'm not sure. Let's pick this arm. Oh, here's something. Epoch. Ooh. Or Eoch? I can't pronounce words. What's over here? Apparently nothing. Oh wait. There we go. Okay, when I see stuff scattered about like this, it makes me nervous. Sometimes those are hard to navigate. You start to run out of stuff. See, maybe there's like a cool star. Sometimes you can see like cool, you know. Where are you? It's hard to tell, but there's a faint little dot. Sometimes when you zoom out a little bit, you see these faint little dots. You can. While I'm at it, let me just check that. All right. Okay. Yeah, so we're not stuttering. Cool. Okay. Just see those dots. Let's pick this dot. See if I can. Where'd you go? Let's do this one. See you. Line up like this, then there we go. There we go. See those faint dots from the galaxy are actually really cool stars. So this is a white blue star, class O. Not digging it. I'm sure we can find a cooler star. Come on. There we go. Let's do this one. T Towery Star. This is nice. Bookmark it. See what happens. They added bookmarks, which like I'm sure everybody was begging for like the longest time, and they should have come with it initially. Where'd you go? Tower star. I wonder if we can find a wolf rayat. Wolf rayats are really cool. Ooh, there's also a nebula. Nebulas are cool. We could try to go to a nebula instead. Spread out though. Let's see what kind of star are you? Yellow orange. Boo. A dwarf? Meh. Nebulas are really neat because you can get some cool photos, some screen caps from the inside of them. White star, meh. Blue white, meh. Meh. What I find fascinating is that the science that we have so far shows that our solar system is, I mean, first of all, our solar system is kind of unique. We are the only ones to have the planet Earth in there. And Earth-like planets are actually kind of rare. But even more interesting is that our sun is like actually more rare than we kind of thought it was. Not only are like the kind of star that we have kind of uncommon with planets in the spot where our planet is, you know, especially being uncommon, with it having a high water content being even more uncommon, but also like a lot of systems have 2 stars in it. Tatooine is actually more common and like not as crazy of a concept than we initially thought it was. Like, I'm sure like George Lucas is like, oh man, this sounds interesting. Yeah, it was George, but very typical. According to the information that we have. And a lot of the planets that a lot of the solar systems I've explored have something, some other stellar body in the solar system. If, for example, like you combined, if Jupiter had more mass, it would turn into a star, and we'd be fine. No big deal. No, actually, I take that back. We might be fine. What do I know? I'm not a scientist. All right, so that's good. For right now, we'll go to this star. This is where we're gonna work towards. If I find a better one, meh. We can't even set a waypoint marker because it's so far away. So let's try to go here. Boom. Just do a few jumps. Wait a minute. Did that not stick? Okay. Alright, 21 jumps. So, this is the crazy thing. I have it set to fastest route. Now, that's how far I'm jumping. So, this is pretty darn far. And I'm only doing 21 jumps. It's pretty nuts. I mean, it's not... I don't have a 50 light year jump rate. But I mean, look at how far... This is all of human-eyed territory. This is this area right here. And I'm way out there. If I had like mining equipment on here, which I don't and wouldn't,
Frameshift drive charging.
I could go pretty far and do quite a bit. And not that mining far distances really make a difference, but I could easily get outside of human occupied space, even by the pirates and built-in NPCs.
3,
All those things too.
1, engage.
It used to be in the game that like they attack you if you had limpets, which are like these little robots, like fly out and collect stuff for you. I've been attacked because I had limpets. Like, dude, they're worthless.
Fuel scooping.
Okay. So here's the bulk of the work that you do.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
You scan. That little wow was me scanning. And, well, not really much here. A bunch of little pink planets.
Frameshift
We'll move on.
drive charging.
Once I get outside of human space, I'm not going to see any pirates. I'm not going to see any, like, signals or, like, little things I could explore. It's just going to be
4, 3,
space.
2,
And that's it.
1. Engage.
Hopefully, I'll be the first to discover some of these systems. If I'm not, I'll be incredibly disappointed because, like, a lot of the core has been explored. But I'm hoping that the angle that I go into the core has not been explored. That's just a personal pride thing. I want to have a few core systems that have my name on it. So that years and years later, people are going to come check out this system. And oops. And here I'll be on their screen. Check me out. I explored this first. See, first discovered by Dayland. Now, did Dayland... Okay, so these systems are pretty far... These stars are pretty far away. Dayland probably had an advanced discovery scanner, the one that I'm using.
Frameshift drive
There's
charging.
different scanners that you can equip. The basic one is very short range. You'll pretty much get like a star and a planet next to it. That's it. This one scans the entire system.
4,
So
3,
there will be systems where somebody
1.
discovers,
Engage.
scans a star, scans a few planets, and says, "Huh, okay, I'm done," moves on. Well, I might actually get a few planets after that. I might get something beyond what he got. So that's one of the benefits to equipping an incredibly expensive scanner. And it's required because this is
Frameshift
really
drive charging.
exploration. You get the bulk of your money from scanning out planets in depth, doing a detailed surface scan of them. But in order to find those planets, you have to have a really good scanner. And a lot of money you get finding your data comes from just finding it in the first place. So even if you don't go up next to it and scan out the planet, you know, scan it, get right next to it and scan it, you're still getting data for discovering it, for finding out that it was there in the first place. So that's where the bulk of the data is going to come from. Okay, so right here, this is how you
Fuel sweeping.
don't get too close. What I'm doing now is I'm right up next to this star and scanning it out. Let's go to chat here for a minute. So what it's doing, you can see it in the corner there. It's let me see, do I have a mouse? Nope. Oh, well, that's my head. Hello. Hello. Having a fast scoop allows you to refuel very quickly. My fuel scoop on here is crazy fast. With the fuel tank that I
Fuel
have,
scooping
because the
complete.
ASP has one of the largest fuel tanks. Probably has the largest fuel tank for its size. Which helps a lot
Fuel
for
scoop
long jumps.
disengaged.
Sometimes you can kit out a vehicle and have like 30 light year jump range, but you're consuming so much fuel that
Frameshift drive charging.
it doesn't matter. You've maxed out your fuel. And if that star doesn't have scoopable sun, forget about it. You're stuck.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Whoa. This is an exceptionally red star. Let's see what we got here. Something. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Okay, so this is a... It's L-door. Interesting.
Frameshift drive
Let's not do
charging.
it. Let's scan it. See what happens. Let's get to test one of my key bindings. Okay, so detailed surface scan complete. That's where the money is. You can find a planet that has an atmosphere. You get money. Cash money in the bank. Okay. So, that works. Now, one of the things about some of these stars, brown stars, carbon stars, you can't scoop them. You cannot get fuel from them. So, if you... Hang on. There we go. If you try to scoop them, you'll just burn up. You'll get too close, you'll start to overheat. Not a fun
Frameshift drive charging.
If you get like 3 or 4 of them in a row and you don't have enough fuel to get to where you're supposed to be, or to another star, you're stuck. If you get stuck in a cluster of brown dwarfs, gotta call the fuel rats. The fuel rats will be there. Who knows when? Fuel rats are these cool guys. Player owned and operated. They fly out with fuel, transfer, and they there's another brown dwarf. And they refuel you. If you have an asp, I'm pretty sure they're going to tell you no. Well, I'm not pretty sure. I would have to guess that they're going to tell you no, because you should be able to.
Frameshift drive charging.
If you have an asp, the ship that I'm flying, and you get stuck somewhere, it's your own damn fault. Okay. Really nervous about it.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Okay, no stuttering. Well, I should be outputting at 60 frames per second. I think I have like a 5-second delay. Hello. Okay, what did I say about getting all these brown dwarfs? Should have a 5-second delay in place. I don't know if that's good or bad or what. It's enough for me to not
Frameshift drive charging.
I don't know what was causing the stuttering issue. I think it was the version of OBS that I had. For some reason, coding was messed up, and there was really bad time issue.
1,
Mic, video, desynchronized. The audio was trying to catch up, but couldn't. The reason I think it's that is because before I had an issue where the audio would get desynchronized, but it wouldn't
Fuel
start.
scooping.
So it was either one or the other. It's just never going to work. Is there a way to fix it? Sure. Yeah. Do I care? No. Okay. OBS plain old vanilla version rather than the studio version. It's fine. Capture card. Open up. Professional software. I'm not even sure I want to do this. I'm doing it now because I'm trying something new. Trying something new. Exploring the galaxy. One-man podcast. It's kind of what streaming is. It's like a one-man podcast. One-person podcast.
Fuel scooping complete.
Assign gender. Person. Or implied gender. I meant one person. I don't like that. Either... I'm kind of torn, because I like saying man when referring to
Fuel
mankind,
scoop disengaged.
but the common vernacular cadence of our times, what's in the zeitgeist, I don't know. What people say today. The word man is often associated with gender, not necessarily
Frameshift drive charging.
humans. Couldn't be left alone with my thoughts. That's one of the nice things that happens with exploring this game.
3,
Such a mindless task.
1. Engage.
Repetition, doing the same thing over and over again. Like not messing up, but leaves you time with thoughts. Star, that's neat.
Fuel scooping.
Should have scooped this plane. Should have scooped it. Who knows? Man, bunch of duds here. Let's see how far
Fuel
I've come,
scoop disengaged.
even just in these, what is it, 9 jumps? I'm already basically halfway there. And it's like the last, according to this, the last few systems with governments. These are them here. So these are the systems that have people in them, and planets with like stations and stuff. These might have some people in them here and there scattered about, colonies and stuff. Maybe a few pirates floating around doing some illegal things, NPCs and stuff. Yeah, I'm already way out there. I'm already, and look at my spider web of the planets I could travel to if I wanted. I love this. Like, you can jump to any one of these planets. Sweet. Okay.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, and if you're wondering how I got my colors to be purple, you just go into config file for there's a guide for it online. Go to the config file and just change your
3, 2,
HUD
1. Engage.
thing. It's a color matrix. I don't know how color matrices work. So I just I shift all the numbers 1 or 2 places. So like if blue is set to 100, I change it to 001.
Fuel scooping.
And I just shift them all 2 places. And then I got purple.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Alright, let's see if anybody has discovered these. Yep, discovered by... Aha! Ooh, okay. So, you see this? This is cool. Dabangas probably just zipped by here on his way to somewhere else, had a basic scanner or something. Then this guy came along with a better scanner, scanned out the system. That's as far as he got. This is the planet he got. This guy came by, was right in front of the planet, probably scooped it, had a basic scanner, and only got this one. Didn't bother to scan out the rest of the systems. This guy had a basic scanner, scanned out a few light seconds worth of, that's how his range is, a few light seconds. Oh, but look at this. Didn't get that far, he only got this far. I got all these. This one's new, 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 this one's new. All of these are going to have my name attached to it. Yeah. Exploration's, it's an ego thing, for sure. You want to shove your flag on the shores of an undiscovered country. Yeah, it's an ego thing.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Just checking to see if it's still working. Okay. Yep. This is what it is. Well, 10 jumps. So I'll do these next 10 jumps, or I'll find a planet worth scanning. Ooh, this is cool. Ow. What is this? T-Towery Star in the middle of... Whoa. That's strange. What is this? Okay, so we got... This is a binary star, a binary system. And we have... Ooh, dang it, I did it again. Okay. That's what I meant to do. So we have 2 stars in this system. There's one there. And then, oh, hang on. Oh, and there's one there. Oh, wait, hang on. There? 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 I don't know. It's out there somewhere. In space. Wait, where is it? Hang on. Am I going the right way? According to my scanner, I'm going the right way.
Frameshift drive
Let's try
charging.
scanning it. Oh, it's too far away to even scan it. Jeez, how far away is this thing? I'm not going to go to it if it's too far away. Well, let's scan it anyway. T-Towery stars are cool. I'll scan it out. Get a little bit of data on it. Got time. I don't know how long I'm going to be out. I'm going to be out and away from civilization. I've already gone. I've already left. How long I'm going to be out for. Once you get to the ship, probably like, let's say 60 jumps away. That's a good full day's worth of work to get back. So even when you're out for a while, real world days, actual like hours of travel, jumping from system to system, and occasionally stopping by to maybe like check out a really cool Earth-like planet or something like that. Maybe I'm just slow. Who knows? Which is why when I see videos of like huge meetups in the core with like some like 20, 30 people doing like simultaneous jumps in some like the middle of the galaxy. I don't know how they arrange that, because you can't just be like, oh yeah, I'll be there in like a few minutes. You're gonna be there for a while. Like that's like a forum post. Somebody's like, hey guys, meet up next month. We're all gonna be here. Make sure your ship is close by. And you gotta dedicate yourself to that. I mean, it's crazy. I don't know how long I'm gonna be out for. Put it that way. The last time I was out, I had Diamondback Explorer, which was similar to the ship I was using in my last few attempted streams. And I was using that to jump like 20 light years, I think, my range. I was not well equipped. I had the best scanner, and that's about it. I did not have a good jump range. I did not have a good scoop. And then I tried doing that again with this ship, and then I just chickened out and came back. Tried it again, chickened out, came back. The most recent time me coming back was actually because I found out that they introduced engineers, and I wanted to upgrade my ship, which I just did. Got a whopping half a light year. Hooray! 1% increase to my distance. This thing So one of the cool things that I like about this game when it comes to things like scanning is that scanning is based off of the range for planetary scanning, stellar mass, celestial object scanning, I believe is based off of mass. So the bigger it is, the further away you can scan it. The smaller it is, the closer you have to get. Stuff like moons, you have to get like right next to it. Things like sun, the stars, you can get pretty far away. Closer than what I am right now. But once you actually get close enough to it, you'd be surprised how far away some of these things can scan. Ring planets, like Jovian planets, you can scan from really far away. Which is very convenient because you can get money without having to travel very far. Something like with an atmosphere of an Earth-sized planet, you gotta get pretty close, which is unfortunate. So I'm going right now 550 times the speed of light. E equals mc squared. C is light. I'm starting to slow down. The reason why I'm slowing down is because of gravity. Apparently in this game, the way that traveling around in the systems works, they call it super cruise. Super cruise sounds like a really awful vacation. It doesn't sound like a cruising speed kind of thing. I would call it like, you know, just like solar travel, whatever. The way that that works in this game is the closer you are to something with mass, the slower you go, I think, which is very annoying when you come really close to a planet and you get stuck in its gravity. It's like trying to slog through mud or like waist deep in water. It's really tough. Meanwhile, traveling from one solar planet to another, you're going 300 times the speed of light. So it's not so bad. This ship, now it's based on mass, right? It's also based on your ship's mass, from what I've been told. So my ship is pretty massive. Compared to other ships in its class, it's actually really light. It's basically like paper thin. So it's big and bulky, but it's not very massive. Compared to smaller ships, it's pretty massive. It's big and bulky. It's like a brick. And it handles like a brick. So that's one of the problems that you run into with this ship. Is that it's really hard to get from system to system and flying around within asteroid belts and stuff, which is why I don't like using it for mining. So it's not as cool as an Imperial Clipper. Check out that Imperial Clipper, dude. That's pretty sweet. It's not like Mercedes. It's like an Audi. But it's like a nice Audi. So my graphics settings, they're pretty modest right now. I'm mostly setting this for performance. One of the benefits to running at 720 as opposed to 1080, which is what I normally run when I'm not streaming, one of the benefits is that you get a little bit of frame rate, a little bit of juice. And I have a capture card that duplicates and spits out the image. So I'm actually not watching the stream version. I'm actually watching duplicated version with audio from the game being piped through the capture card out into my video card. Hopefully this doesn't bork anything. Stand by for borking. Can you enable preview? Okay, so I've enabled the preview. Alright. According to this, everything is still streaming. Disable the preview. Alright. Now, I don't know if it's stuttering. I'm watching the stream. Oops, sorry. Okay, so enabling preview does not change things. Does not. Things. One of the reasons why I wanted to check that. I'm using OBS. Oh, here we go. It's scanning. This is done. I want to use OBS running on my streaming computer, streaming from my gaming computer into that. But if I have to, I can play the game while previewing it. Luckily, this setup allows me to game from the streaming computer. Not very well, but a pinch. We'll play something like Stardew Valley, whatever. Okay, so T-Tower stars are very young. Solar mass is 0.2. Interesting. Okay. Maybe that's not what I thought it was. Never mind. Not that interesting. So, if I'm not playing like a first-person shooter, I can play from the streaming computer as if it's like a real-time thing. There's actually like a really tiny delay, but it's like imperceptible. 2 or 3 seconds. Hey, I'm slowing down. Check it out. Ooh, pretty. Another thing I like about the ship is the canopy is. All right, we're moving on. I know there's another thing to scan, but I'm gonna do that. There we go.
Frameshift drive charging.
So, gaming computer, frame rate.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Yeah, pretty good setup. I like this. Happy that's working. It wasn't working earlier today. Very frustrating. A lot of this stuff too, just kind of like, you gotta look at the guides to figure out how somebody else did it, and figure out what the problem was, based on the 2 or 3 things you've gathered from pages and pages and pages of other people's problems that are totally unrelated to your problems. Okay, so here's a good system worthy of scanning out. Not only is everything undiscovered, which is great, but we gotta, let's see, is this icy? Pristine reserves, obviously, because nobody's been here. Doesn't say. So scanning out things with rings is good, because if it's got rings that are worth money, like metallic rings and stuff, they have like platinum and gold and stuff in them. Those are worth money. You get exploration data. So I don't really know, beyond just exploring the galaxy, basically. I don't really have any other goals or plans for this stream.
Frameshift drive charging.
Just chatting with people. Hang out, chat, talk about stuff while I play video games. Who knows? Could be anything. I could spend weeks out here. I could spend months.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Scanning out planets. Crossing my fingers that when I finally come back to civilization, I don't get blown up by a pirate or interdicted by some jerk. Alright, what did I say about jumping to a bunch of planets with brown dwarfs?
Frameshift drive charging.
I'm not that great at planning out routes either. That's the other problem. Okay. Let's see.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Main configuration core. Excellent. Alright, so now we've run into a problem. If you look at my fuel there, the Nickelodeon green is how much fuel I would consume if I were to take that jump. I'm not going to take that jump. The problem being is that right now, Star class, here we go. Which types I can't. Towery star. This is where I'm at currently. So we don't want what class? Don't think we want proto class at all. Ground doors we can't do. Then carbon stars we can't do either. Don't think we want wolf stars. Okay, so the sun that I'm jumping to is not scoopable. Or oh, L's or M's, I think. So wherever I am seems to be this pit of I can jump to. White star. We can jump to a white star.
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay. Why am I getting so hot?
4, 3,
One of the things that's really cool about this ship is it's got pretty good cooling. And if you put a really efficient power plant in here, you can get really nice cooling capabilities. I think I have a really small power plant in here. I'm not sure what that means for heating, but I know for me, it means that I can get really close to these stars when scooping. Fancy music. You play music when you reach your destination, which is... It plays music at your destination, which is really cool. It's like context-sensitive type music. Other than that, music pops in here and there. Nothing really worth scanning. Anything with this blue, I believe, means that you can go down to the surface. Not that I would want to. Look at myself. So, work with it. So my heat is at 50-65 right there. You'll notice on that little bar there, it's got little lines. Once that starts getting to a certain point, I start taking damage. My subsystems and stuff start taking damage. I have modules here. When these start to decrease, I'm screwed.
Fuel scooping complete.
That's when stuff starts to break. Which is bad for me if I'm out in the black and I don't have any way to repair it. Luckily, I have ways to repair it.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Hang on, this one right there. This isn't. This should be that there. Fuel scoop is 3. Okay. That should be 1, 2. One thing I don't like about this, the way that I have this configuration file set, it's purple, not very easy to read. It's actually really bad. Okay, so galaxy map. Let's go a little further out. Actually, you know what? I have to get going. I have stuff to do, so we're going to just chill out by this star here. You know, let's go to one of these planets. Really close. A lot of zipping around. Speed it southward. I was zipping around silently, staring off into space, literally. Thinking about stuff. So one of the other things I feel is required for exploration is the scanner there going. Something I feel is required is getting good pictures, good screen caps. Unfortunately, for me, I'm going to be doing this in 720, which is not ideal. But you really gotta be good at doing pictures. It's like required. I mean, how else am I going to document it, man?
Hull integrity compromised.
That was me. I should have done that. Okay, so if you drop out of warp or super cruise, where you're supposed to, or you're slowing down enough, you take damage. That's going to cost me. It says I'm at 100% hull, but maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm at like 99. Okay, so yeah, here we go. Okay.
Thrusters offline. Module repaired. Thrusters online. Module repaired.
The other thing too is life support is like a tank. Once you drain it, it's drained. Well, this is where I'm going to leave everything. A nice little screenshot here of me sitting out by this planet. Day 1, exploration. Taking a chill break. Chill break? What? Alright. Bad picture. But that's what we're gonna do. Day 1. Got here to this planet. This is where I'm gonna be. Alright everybody, this is me signing off. Crossing my fingers that the stream actually worked. Maybe I'll upload it to YouTube. Alright. Switch back to the computer and shut down the stream. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully these will get better as I go. Maybe I'll work out some kind of objective. I haven't really thought about it and thought about what I want to do with these yet. But I'm out here. I'm out in the black. I'm out in space, stuck here by myself. Nobody around me. Nothing. Out in the void. Discovering new planets. Seeing new things. Hopefully I'll figure out something to do with it. So that's the thing. It's like I have a scene, I have a setting, I have characters. What's the story? Who knows? We'll figure it out. Thanks for tuning in.